bird on a tree. I'm just sitting here, I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together, it's so beautiful, you and me, we meant to be in the great eye.
Hey guys, what's up? Happy Friday. It's about 12:30. I'm here at work, doing a little bit better today than I was Wednesday. I went to my sister's last night. We had dinner. We talked about everything that's kind of been going on the last week or so. And although we don't necessarily have any concrete answers at this moment, we're working towards, finding the right solution. So anyway, that's enough of that. I am working today again, 12 to 9. So I have just kind of set up a little early. I don't know if this would be considered lunch or breakfast. I guess lunch. But I just have a little sandwich that I microwaved and some milk and my medication and my phone, obviously. I don't know how busy it's going to be today for a Friday. It's still been relatively slow. I'm assuming that's because maybe most people haven't gotten their tax returns yet. I am anticipating that, maybe March, April even. That's maybe when things will start to pick up a bit. But as of right now, it's been, kind of slow. But, maybe today will be different. Who knows? Every day is always a little different. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and eat this, take my medication, and check in with you guys in a little bit. Alrighty guys, so it's about 2:45. I am just back from my first break, or been back from my break for a little while now. I'm going to pull out, or have already pulled out, my personal laptop to do some schoolwork. I do have one assignment that's due in psychology, and I do have to revise my final draft paper for English. Those are both due at the end of the week. They're due on Sunday. I'll probably wait to do my paper until I get off of work, just because I want to make sure that my complete 100% focus is on that. And that's a little difficult for me when writing and also having to watch for phone calls, but I can go ahead and start on the chapter for psychology with my e-textbooks, and probably most everybody else's too. You get the option that you can have it read to you, read aloud, which I really enjoy because I'm an auditory learner anyway. So even when I'm not working, that's how I choose to read my textbooks, is having them read. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. I have lunch in about an hour or so, maybe hour and a half, depending on when I take it, and I will check in with you guys around then. Alright guys, so it is currently 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to head to bed because I'm exhausted. I finished all my psychology homework for the week, so we're good to go on that. So now I'm going to go to bed, and I will see you guys in the morning. Hey guys, happy Monday. Sorry I haven't vlogged the last couple of days. Honestly, last couple of days have been kind of rough, so I just haven't felt like vlogging. I did finish my psychology homework for the class actually yesterday, so the only things I have to do left are in English. So I have a discussion and then one more assignment, and then I'll be done with that class. I do work today 12 to 9, so it's 12:27. I'm currently trying to log into my system. Apparently our whole system is down today, so Mondays or Thursday in my case. Thank goodness. I only have 2 more days and then I am off. So really excited about that. This week has been very difficult. So definitely excited to have some days off and have some time to relax. But anyway, I'm gonna try and figure out what the heck is going on over here, and then I will check in with you guys probably either around my break or around lunchtime. Hey guys, I'm back. So our system at work still appears to be down, so I'm taking this time to kind of vlog a little bit and update you about all the stuff and things I had been dealing with from last week. So last week I had mentioned that I was kicked off of Medicaid. Like I said, I knew that that was going to happen eventually. It's just the timing was really off because I had been off work for a month. I hadn't had any income really coming in. And so to lose my medical insurance and then to not have any money to pay for my insulin basically sent me into a panic and into a frenzy, because I'm like, how am I going to do this? You know, I have no money for insulin. What am I going to do? Luckily, I think I mentioned my boyfriend was kind enough to be able to give me the money for the insulin, so I was able to pick that up. I will have my other insulin that I will have to pick up later this week, the Levemir. I'm kind of expecting that to be either $100 or over $100, because again, just with my experience of dealing with the Novolog being so expensive, I'm assuming it's probably going to be that way with the Levemir as well. And that's if honestly they even decide to cover it. I think they should, because hi Kelly, yeah, you want to be in the video? That's nice. I think they probably should cover it though, because Levemir is like a generic brand of Lantus, and so I've been taking the Levemir for a while. It's not the greatest sometimes, but I've gotten comfortable. My body's gotten comfortable with it. I've gotten used to it, so I'm okay with continuing with that insulin. But I'm just concerned because I was reading some things on the insurance page, of medicines that they'll cover versus medicines that they don't, and I don't know that Levemir is a medicine that they cover. So that will be another hurdle that I will have to figure out, but as of right now, I don't know what's happening with that. The prescription has been sent over. The pharmacy's going to run it through. I think they're on lunch break right now, so I'll probably call back in a couple hours and just get an update on that. But yeah, so in terms of my job and what I'm planning on doing with working full-time, I am going to continue working at CarMax. I unfortunately, even if I were to drop down to part-time, it's like I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't, because if I work part-time, I don't make enough money to cover my bills at all. If I work full-time, I make enough money to cover my bills, but maybe not necessarily enough money to cover insulin. So what that means is I'm going to have to do a couple of things. One, I'm going to have to start building up a savings account. Two, I'm probably going to have to start working some overtime, because currently at where my income is right now, I make just enough to cover what I need, and not really beyond that. So I will have to potentially start working overtime to pay for insulin, which is not a fun thing to think about, but we'll kind of get there when that happens. I do have, so one thing that I was thinking of is that I do have an unsecured credit card, or secured credit card, I think is what that is. Anyways, I have a credit card. It's one of those credit cards that you put money down and they give you a credit card when your credit's really bad and all that, because I've been working on rebuilding my credit. And so I have one of those, and I'm thinking if I take some more money and I put that and I raise the credit limit, I could potentially use that credit card to pay for medical expenses, which is good because one, it's like having money and then I can just pay it back, and then two, I can use those to clearly, at the end of the year, take out tax deductions. So the good thing, I guess, or plus side of this is that because I am now paying for medical expenses and copays and doctor's visits and things like that, those at the end of the year, if they're high enough, limit, I can deduct those off my taxes. So I don't really know how that'll work yet, because obviously we just filed for last year, not this year, so I'll know probably next January how that looks. But I think if I start using my credit card to pay for medical expenses, that might benefit me in the long run. So that's kind of one idea. And then the second idea obviously is opening up a savings account, just to try and have extra money on those rainy days when, I really need something and don't have the funding or something. Other than that, I am still going to continue in school, because I am staying with CarMax, and CarMax does offer tuition reimbursement. When I was going through that little panic stage, I wasn't even thinking about the fact that CarMax actually offers tuition reimbursement, and I believe it's like $5,200 a year or something like that. So my gap between coverage of what the federal government will pay out and what I have to pay out is covered as long as I continue working at CarMax full-time. So that's another incentive and another reason for me to stay there, is so that way I can, continue my education and finish my bachelor's degree. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at this point. I'm staying with CarMax. I'm gonna keep working full-time, and I'm just gonna figure out the finances as soon as I go. I'm also going to kind of look at my budget again and really figure out like where exactly all my money is going. I don't really spend things on like frivolous things. Like I don't like go out to eat all the time, or I don't buy things all the time. I do have a few subscriptions like Netflix, Hulu, things like that. So if need be, if that's really causing me, financial distress, I may have to get rid of those. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of take it one day at a time and go from there. So update on school. I am finishing up my last week of my second term. So I've been taking English Comp 1 and Introduction to Psychology. I've already finished my Introduction to Psychology last assignment and discussion. And then I have things to do in English. So I have one more assignment, and I have an English discussion due, and yeah, and then that's it for that. And then my next classes for the next term are Abnormal Psychology, English Comp 2, and I believe it's Introduction into Perspectives and Liberal Arts or something. So those are my next 3 classes. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm definitely really excited about the Abnormal Psychology. I've been wanting to take that class for like ever. So yeah, so I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna try and go back to work and see what's going on with my system. If not, in the meantime, I may just work on some homework since I've got stuff to do anyway. But yeah, alrighty. I will keep you posted. I'll probably try to check in around lunchtime or so. Hey guys, sorry I didn't update you much later today. It's just been a really busy night. So it's 10:30. I did a little bit of my English homework. I didn't get all of it done, but not a big deal. It's not due till Sunday. I'm just trying to get it done early so I can start my other classes. But honestly, I'm beat, so I'm gonna go to bed, and I will see you guys in the morning. Hey guys, happy Tuesday now, or happy Friday to me. Today is my last day of work, so I'm definitely excited about that. It's about 1:30 where I'm at, and so I've been working for about an hour and a half. It's been a pretty busy day, pretty busy start to the day so far, so that's always good. Makes my time go by a lot faster than just sitting here and not having anything to do. So yeah, I finished my part of my English homework last night. I think I mentioned that last night in the video. I was just way too tired to stay up and finish the other half of it. So I have like a 1 to 2 page self-reflection that I have to do for the essay that I submitted. And so I could have pushed myself last night to stay up until midnight and, you know, do all that, but I was just like, you know, there's no point. It's not due until Sunday. I can do this tomorrow night and then I'll be off Wednesday. So it doesn't matter if I stay up late tonight because I don't have anything going on tomorrow other than starting my new courses and trying to get a head start in that. So I made the decision to go to bed. I actually woke up at a fairly decent time. I woke up at like 8:45, but then I was just so tired again. I went back to sleep at like 9:45, so I was only up an hour, and I slept all the way up until 12 o'clock, up until my shift. So I know that I haven't been getting enough sleep. I know that I'm tired, so I need to work on hopefully doing better at that, getting more sleep and just more restful sleep. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to check in really quick. Like I said, it's about 1:30, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here, and then I will probably try to catch you on my lunch break. Hey guys, happy Thursday evening. It's about 8:45 and I'm not sure exactly where I left on this vlog, so my apologies. It's been a crazy few weeks. So I just kind of wanted to reflect and talk a little bit about last week's vlog. So I had talked a lot about of decision making as far as insulin, being able to afford insulin, whether I should stay at my job, whether I should leave, you know, a lot of heavy decisions that I felt like were all kind of coming at me at once, and I felt very out of control that week when I was making that vlog. And one thing that I recognize, and I think this is pretty common for most people, is that when our, you know, survival basically is threatened, you know, we kind of go in that flight or fight mode, and you know, sometimes we're not always clear thinking and we're not always able to make decisions, and sometimes that'll last for a moment, for a few hours, for a few days, but once that, you know, adrenaline rush and kind of heat of the moment has passed, you're able to reflect on your thoughts and your decisions and kind of your line of thinking, which I luckily have been able to do recently. So I rewatched that vlog just because, you know, I was curious, and I was in a lot of distress. I can definitely see it on my face. And the problem hasn't necessarily gone away, but I think my outlook and my perspective on things have changed. So, you know, in order to get different results, you have to do things differently, right? So, you know, I've always kind of been in this same circle of like, you know, being on state insurance and not having enough money to pay for bills, and losing my place to live, and losing, you know, just basically everything. Where, you know, in this kind of circle and cycle, I've been able to continue to get medical assistance, but basically nothing else to sustain me and lead a normal functioning life. And so now that, you know, my insurance is, you know, my state insurance is over, I'm in this new phase of life where I have a lot more possibilities along with a lot more responsibility and a lot more stress, and it's also just new territory, and so that's really scary and really stressful because, I do still have the worry of what happens when I can't pay for a doctor's visit, or I can't pay for insulin, or something of that nature. And so it's really kind of made me become more of a strategic planner. So I've never in my life, I've never had a savings account or any sort of savings at all. And now that I am making just a little bit more money than what I usually make, then I'm able to build up a savings account and really analyze my bills and figure out what's a necessity, what's not a necessity as well. This has given me the encouragement to do better physically, right? Because if I continue to lose weight, then there's a possibility that I will need less insulin. There's also a possibility that I will be less insulin resistant. And so it's had me take a look at my diet and some things that, are good and some things that are not so good. And so I'm going to be making some of those changes along with exercise, and I'm going to definitely incorporate trying to get the right amount of sleep, because I notice not just physically but mentally when I'm only sleeping 2 or 3 hours a night, I'm not feeling the best. And also, and I don't know if there's a connection in this, but I feel like when I do only get a couple hours of sleep that night, I crave more junk food. I crave more, things that I normally wouldn't. And so I don't know if that's connected necessarily, but it's just a pattern that I've noticed that, like, when I'm really tired, like, the first thing I want to go to is, like, snack on some chips or snack on, things that aren't good for me. So I think just taking more of an assertive approach has helped me, one, calm down a bit with my anxiety. It's still there kind of in the back of my mind, but knowing that I feel more in control of my own life and my own future and my own, decisions, I do feel a little bit better. So with all that being said, I want to end this vlog this week on a positive note, and just for anybody out there that is maybe going through a similar circumstance or a completely different circumstance and is very stressed out and very just, overwhelmed and feeling like you don't have control over the situation, I would advise to just take a step back, kind of wait for that adrenaline to, flow through, and then look at the situation at hand, because, like, for me, I felt very out of control. I felt very helpless, and in reality, I'm not. I have options, I have decisions, I have choices that I have to make, and sometimes those choices aren't always easy ones to make. There's a lot of things that I'm going to have to do that aren't going to necessarily be pleasant, but by doing those things, it's progressing me to the future and the things that I want. I recommend just breathing, taking a step back, especially because I know a lot of you are here for weight loss surgery, especially if you're thinking about weight loss surgery, because although I absolutely love having my sleeve, it's not the only way. It's also not the only surgery. So there's a lot of things that you have to take into consideration. And, sometimes we're just in this very, mode of, I just want it done, I just want it done, I just want it done. And we don't really take the time to think about how this is fully going to impact our life, because it is weird. And it is different. You know, I still sometimes struggle with, you know, eating out and stuff. You know, my closest family and friends, like, they all know, you know, so a lot of times I'll just share something with somebody, or, you know, I'll just get like a soup or a salad or something, and, you know, everything's fine. But, you know, I feel like more when I'm in the company of strangers, or maybe people that don't really understand, you know, that's difficult, you know, social changes. And so for some of you, that might not be a huge deal, but it might be something else. You know, maybe you're concerned about, you know, eating for the liquid diet, you know, or, you know, how that's going to impact you, because honestly, it's a rough couple of months, and you know, everybody has to go through it, you know. And so those are just things that I suggest, you know, really taking a step back and just rethinking things, and just making sure that, you know, any big or life-changing decision that you have to make, that you really critically analyze it and do what's best for you. You know, understand that you're in control of your own future and your own, you know, life choices, and whether that be food, finances, life, you know, you're in control. You are in control. So yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog here because I don't want to just ramble. I'm also really tired, so I think I'm probably gonna head to bed early. I do have work tomorrow, so I will see you guys tomorrow to start the new vlog. All right, bye guys.